Nonstop Local is partnering with Greater Spokane Valley Chamber of Commerce and Greater Spokane Incorporated to bring you Candidate Conversations.
Time now for another candidate conversation. Joining me now is Tony Kiepe, running for state representative in District 3. Thank you so much for being with us. We're giving all the candidates the same question. You got a minute to respond, all centering around issues affecting small business and just the general population here in Eastern Washington. We'll start with something that's affecting everyone: inflation, regulation, small business taxes. Do you think government should be more or less involved in helping small businesses?
The government needs to be less involved, but we need to be more involved with enforcing our current laws, such as the unhoused people in the city that's running off businesses, doing drugs in front of their business, doing defecating in front of their business, sleeping in front of their business. I don't want to see businesses running off. So we got to enforce our laws that we currently have on the books. So that's where government needs to be involved, but they need to be less involved with everything else.
Okay. You sort of just touched on it here, but the next question, maybe expand upon it a little bit. When you're talking about the homelessness issue, mental health, substance abuse, and then in proximity to businesses with crime, theft, vandalism, how do you create a safe environment for small businesses in Washington?
Well, again, we need to enforce our current laws. We got sit and lie. We don't walk down the street and say, hey, you can't be here. We've got to start making a difference because our businesses are leaving downtown. And like I said earlier, when they're in front of a business, breaking into businesses, the unhoused, looking for a warm place to stay, and you got businesses say, come in, we'll give you some water. So they're doing everything they need to do, but I don't like seeing one after another leaving our city because people don't feel safe. When I'm doorbelled going downtown, they go, I don't want to go downtown because I don't feel safe going downtown. And I met a young lady from Seattle. She lives in Seattle. I had no problem going to the parks near me. She lives across the river, but I won't go to Riverfront Park because I get addressed 3 or 4 times wanting money, panhandling, and I don't feel safe.
When talking about housing in Washington, Washington has one of the median high rent costs in the country, actually. So how do you address the high cost of housing in Washington if elected?
Well, one thing we have to look at Post Falls and Spokane, Washington. Why does it cost 26% more to build a home, $80,000 more to build an average home today in Washington than it does in Post Falls? Well, we have to look at our bureaucracy. The permitting features, it takes too long for permits. We have one permit after another, high fees, so it costs more to build a house. So we've got to look at that. We've got to look at our grand plan, master plan. We need to be able to build outside of 15-minute cities. So pieces of property going higher because we're limited where we can build. So you got to give more freedom and build the density inside the city and also build outside and give people what they want.
All right, Tony Kiepe, thank you for joining us.
All right, did I pass?
Be right back.